Mama and me. Barnaby Buttontail bounced behind his mama, his nose twitching with excitement. His sister Pip hopped beside him, her little white tail a-blur. They were on their first big adventure, venturing beyond their cozy burrow to the Whispering Meadow, famous for its towering flowers. Mama Cottontail had warned them, "Stay close, little ones. The flowers are beautiful, but it's easy to get lost in their purple blossoms." Barnaby, as usual, was too excited to listen properly. He spotted a particularly plump bumblebee buzzing around a sunflower head and, forgetting his mother's warning, darted after it. Pip, more cautious, stayed by Mama Cottontail's side. Barnaby chased the bee, his nose leading him deeper and deeper into the forest of green stalks and sunny faces. The bee eventually buzzed away, leaving Barnaby surrounded by giants. He looked around, his whiskers trembling. Mama, Pip, he couldn't see them. The flowers, which had seemed so friendly moments ago, now loomed over him like watchful giants. Panic began to flutter in his chest. He called out, "Mama, Pip," but his voice was swallowed by the rustling leaves and the buzzing of other bees. Tears welled up in his eyes. He was lost. Meanwhile, Mama Cottontail and Pip were frantically searching. "Barnaby, Barnaby," Mama Cottontail called, her voice laced with worry. Pip, despite her fear, tried to be brave. "Maybe he went that way," she suggested, pointing with her nose to a gap between the stalks. Barnaby, lost and alone, huddled beneath a large sunflower leaf, the tears now streaming down his face. He imagined all sorts of scary things: foxes, badgers, even the grumpy old Mr. Hedgehog who lived at the edge of the meadow. He wished he had listened to his mama. Suddenly he heard a small sound, a sniffle. He peeked out from under the leaf and saw a little field mouse, no bigger than his paw, sitting on a sunflower seed. The mouse looked as scared as Barnaby felt. "Are you lost too?" Barnaby whispered. The mouse nodded, wiping its tiny nose with its even tinier paws. "I can't find my family," it squeaked. Barnaby, despite his own fear, felt a surge of sympathy for the little mouse. He knew what it was like to be lost and scared. "Maybe we can find our families together," he said, trying to sound braver than he felt. And so Barnaby and the little field mouse, whose name was Millie, began their journey through the sunflower maze. Barnaby, being bigger, helped Millie over fallen leaves and roots. Millie, with her sharp nose, was surprisingly good at sniffing out paths. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the meadow, Barnaby and Millie heard a familiar sound, a soft pip. "Pip. It's my sister," Barnaby cried, his heart leaping with joy. They followed the sound and burst through a clump of sunflowers into a small clearing. There, standing with Mama Cottontail, was Pip. She rushed towards Barnaby, her eyes shining with relief. "Barnaby, you're safe." Mama Cottontail enveloped him in a warm hug. "We were so worried." Barnaby introduced Millie, explaining that she was lost too. Mama Cottontail, being a kind and generous bunny, invited Millie to join them. They followed Millie's directions and soon, they found the field mouse family, who were overjoyed to be reunited with their little one. As the moon rose, casting a silvery glow over the Whispering Meadow, the two families said their goodbyes. Barnaby, snuggled between his mother and sister, felt a warmth spread through him. He had been lost and scared, but he had also found a friend and learned the importance of listening to his mama. And he knew deep in his heart that even in the tallest sunflower maze, family was the best compass of all.